Advertirte sobre una película muy oscura. Si eres cristiano, por favor evítala a toda costa. La Biblia dice que en los últimos días los hombres comenzarán a escuchar a espíritus seductores, y esta película es exactamente el fruto de esto. Susurrarán para que abras tu corazón y tu alma. Para el mundo es normal, pero tú sabes la verdad. Si eres cristiano, sabes que Satanás anda como león rugiente buscando a quien podría devorar. Y esa palabra puede ser una palabra de permiso. Entras en su territorio y él podría devorarte. Five Nights at Freddy's fue creado por Scott Cawthon.
Esto es todo lo que sabemos sobre el pasado desequilibrado de Scott Cawthon. ¿Quién hubiera pensado que un hombre cristiano y encantador podría tener un lado oscuro oculto todo este tiempo?
Un hombre cristiano y amable como él podría tener un lado oscuro oculto todo este tiempo. En realidad tiene sentido cuando te das cuenta del tipo de juegos que este hombre creaba. Pasó 12 años creando películas cristianas y luego videojuegos cristianos. A pesar de que ninguno de esos proyectos fue un éxito comercial, los proyectos cristianos que creó, todos fracasos financieros, le hicieron sentir como si hubiera desperdiciado años de su vida sin obtener nada a cambio. La magnitud de sus llamados fracasos lo llevó a tener solo una de dos conclusiones. 1. Dios no existía. O 2. Dios lo odiaba y decidió mantenerlo intencionalmente abajo.
Y cuando Dios no hizo lo que Scott quería que hiciera, él se fue al lado oscuro.
Today. Now, here's some context on the graphic content of the games and the movie themselves. That is to say, there is limited graphic content in either the games or the movies. There are obviously the jump scares, which aren't necessarily graphic, neither are the decrepit animatronics that roam around the FNAF 2 pizzeria, but any depiction of death and murder are censored and pixelated. Even the death of William Afton himself is pixelated. Now, looking at the movie, I know there's that big mask with saws in it, ready to murder, but you ought to be aware that the movie is rated PG. While there will be violence, there won't be very graphic violence, and neither will there be any gore like a stock standard R18+ horror movie. So in assessing the claim that if you watch this movie, you are opening yourself up to demons, it isn't because of any graphic violence or gore in the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, but merely the inclusion of supernatural creatures in this film is enough to open yourself up to demons, according to Mr. Comfort. Now, I should think it's fair to say that people who are watching this movie are certainly under the impression that this is fictional. I am certain that there will be no one who watches this movie, thinks to themselves, I can do that, and decides to murder kids or talk to dead spirits themselves. Now, I still think this is a matter of conscience, so if your conscience says that you shouldn't watch or play Five Nights at Freddy's, by all means, I'm not stopping you. But saying watching a movie that includes supernatural themes is the equivalent of opening yourself up to demons, I think is too broad a brush to paint. The most egregious claim made against Scott Cawthon is that he has walked away from the faith. In numerous interviews and posts he has publicly made over the course of developing the Five Nights at Freddy's game series, he has been very open and public in his Christian faith. We can see that here in his interview with Geeks Under Grace, where he's clear that God is the reason why he makes video games in the first place. I'll link that in the description for you to read. And also in his cancellation arc 2 years ago, he has openly donated to Republican candidates and openly proclaimed his faith, his political standings, and his pro-life convictions. The reason I support Scott Cawthon is because he is one of the modern Christian content creators who have led the way to inspire even me to create this YouTube channel. And the reason why I enjoy Five Nights at Freddy's is that it is by far one of the most successful video game, book, and now perhaps movie franchises that have been made by a Christian. It is with all of this that I find it unfortunate that Mr. Comfort considers Cawthon as one who has departed from the faith.
Lo que me reconforta es que yo soy el verdadero Cristiano.